Hi, and thank you for visiting my channel. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow. Now let's get started.
Paul Heyman sent a bizarre message on social media, as the 59-year-old shared a photo featuring him and Jey Uso. The Oracle and the Yeet Master came face-to-face on this week's WWE Raw. Jey will team up with Roman Reigns at the upcoming SummerSlam Premium Live event. The duo will face Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed in a tag team match that was confirmed after the OTC1's return to weekly programming a few weeks ago. He was previously taken out by Breaker on the Raw after WrestleMania 41. On Instagram, Paul Heyman shared a bizarre message, providing today's lesson. He also shared a photo featuring his former OG Bloodline stablemate. Never reach down to the front row while making a point. That's narrowcasting. You want to reach up to the rafters, because that's broadcasting. And it makes your presentation larger than. Sick, life. Today's lesson is hereby concluded. I am sure you appreciate this altruistic offering, Paul Heyman #Oracle #Advocate #Wiseman, he wrote. Paul Heyman was put on notice by Roman Reigns after the latter's return to weekly programming. Roman Reigns warned Paul Heyman after returning to WWE Raw. He was absent from television for months after being taken out by Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins on the Raw after WrestleMania. This was preceded by the Oracle betraying his former tribal chief in CM Punk and siding with the Visionary during the triple threat match at the Show of Shows. Speaking on a YouTube vlog posted by WWE, Reigns claimed that he learned a lot of things from Heyman in the past. However, he asserted that things still operate on the tribal chief's time. He said, "Well, before he betrayed me, I learned many wise things from the Wiseman, but that's not who he is anymore. And one of the first things, and it was a constant, he would always come back to it, and you can go back. We operate on the tribal chief's time." Reigns will step inside the squared circle for his first match since WrestleMania 41 this Saturday. It will be interesting to see if he and Jey prevail over Breaker and Reed. In the chaotic world of WWE, moments of silence can speak volumes, but when Paul Heyman chooses to speak, especially in riddles, it sends shockwaves across the WWE universe. Just days before the highly anticipated SummerSlam, the wise man to the Bloodline broke his silence in a cryptic yet chilling social media post. What made the moment even more peculiar wasn't just the timing, it was the image he shared. Late Thursday night, Heyman posted a black and white photo on X, formerly Twitter, that instantly grabbed attention. It featured Roman Reigns, Jey Uso, and Heyman himself, standing in what appeared to be the shadows of an empty arena. Roman's expression was unreadable, eyes buried beneath the brim of his tribal A. Jey stood beside him, distant but not detached, arms folded, with a look of conflict carved into his features. And between them stood Heyman, clutching the Universal Championship to his chest like a sacred relic. The caption? Just 4 haunting words. The final supper begins. Immediately, fans went into a frenzy. Was this a signal of reconciliation? A warning? Or something much darker? Tension in the Bloodline. The timing of the post couldn't have been more dramatic. For weeks, WWE fans had watched the implosion of the Bloodline unfold like a Shakespearean tragedy. Jey Uso, once the right-hand man of the tribal chief, had walked away after being caught in the emotional and strategic crossfire of Roman Reigns' manipulative games. Solo Sikoa's allegiance had shifted dangerously toward chaos, and Jey Uso's betrayal had torn deeper wounds into the family than anyone had expected. SummerSlam was being billed as tribal warfare, with Jey and Roman set to clash in what could very well be their final battle. But with Heyman's strange photo now floating around the internet, many began to wonder, was this confrontation about to take an unexpected turn? Backstage whispers and Heyman's mind games. Backstage sources in WWE had already hinted at Paul Heyman's recent reclusiveness. He had not appeared on SmackDown for 2 weeks, reportedly locked away in private meetings with higher-ups and refusing to speak even to his closest allies. One producer noted, "Paul's been different lately. Like he's planning something bigger than all of us realize." The cryptic phrase "the final supper begins" stirred even more speculation. Some fans dissected it as a reference to the Last Supper, a betrayal looming, a Judas in the mix, and perhaps a sacrificial lamb. Could Heyman be suggesting that he was orchestrating a final twist, a new chapter where one member of the Bloodline would be sacrificed for the others to rise? Others speculated that Heyman was playing both sides, using Roman's trust while quietly trying to recruit Jey back into the fold to preserve the Bloodline's legacy beyond SummerSlam. Roman's silence, Jey's fire. Roman Reigns has been conspicuously silent since Heyman's post. No tweet, no backstage statement, not even a glance toward the tribal chief's locker room has yielded answers. Jey Uso, however, had a brief yet fiery response when cornered by WWE digital cameras during rehearsals at Ford Field. He wants to play games with old photos and riddles? Tell that wise man the games end Saturday night. I ain't sharing supper with anyone who tried to end me. Blood or not. Jey's reaction made it clear, he wasn't falling for Heyman's mind tricks. Not anymore. A dangerous reunion? Still, the possibility of something big unfolding at SummerSlam looms large. The image Heyman shared was reportedly taken over a year ago, when the bloodline was united, undefeated, and untouchable. By reposting it now, is Heyman holding on to nostalgia? Or planting seeds of something terrifying? Some insiders believe that Heyman may be engineering a reunion, but not the one fans expect. There's a version of this story, one insider teased, where Heyman sees Solo Sikoa, not Jey, as the future. Where Roman is no longer the tribal chief. And Jey might just be the last one to understand what's coming. Solo Sikoa, the wild card. Solo Sikoa has remained eerily silent since last week's SmackDown, when he nearly attacked Paul Heyman after Roman scolded him in the ring. Could Heyman's cryptic message be a signal to Solo? Or worse, could it be a sign that Heyman is positioning himself as the architect of a new bloodline, with Solo as the next tribal leader? If so, where does that leave Roman and Jey? WWE Universe reacts. Fans around the globe have been pouring theories into social media, making #FinalSupper a trending hashtag by Friday morning. Memes, biblical references, and breakdowns of Heyman's post have taken over Reddit and wrestling Twitter. Some of the most viral fan theories include: Heyman betrays Roman to side with Jey and usher in a new, more honorable bloodline. Jey turns heel, joining forces with Heyman in a shocking swerve to take down Roman and Solo together. The bloodline reunites, only for Solo to take out Roman in the final moment of SummerSlam, triggering a new tribal war led by Heyman. Whatever the truth is, it seems Paul Heyman knows it, and he's not telling anyone. The countdown to chaos. As the hours tick down to SummerSlam, the WWE Universe holds its breath. The stakes are higher than ever, not just for championships, but for legacy, loyalty, and family. Paul Heyman has long been the master manipulator, the puppet master pulling strings behind every turn in the Bloodline saga. His post, cryptic and chilling, may be the final chapter, or the beginning of an entirely new story. One thing's for certain, when Paul Heyman sends a bizarre message, the consequences are never normal. And this time, the final supper is about to be served. To be continued at SummerSlam.